Hello, my astrology friends. This is Lada from AstroladaOfficial, and these are your August 2025 video horoscopes. And August is pretty gentle, easygoing month, possibly one of the easiest that I've looked at this year. And it's kind of like the quiet before the storm because in September we have two eclipses. But after that, again, we're going to have some wonderful configuration to the end of the year through the months. But August is a well-deserved respite and break. We're going to have Mercury turning direct. Around the same time, the two greatest benefics, Venus and Jupiter, are joining together in Cancer. Actually, the whole of August, they're pretty much in the same sign. So one area of your life will go with such ease, with such blessings and positive flow. So there will be one area that will be very easy for us all, or a source of blessings. And we're going to have a Saturn opposition Mars around the 9th, 8th, or 7th, 8th, 9th. But usually this is a stressful combination. Some external circumstance can stress us, some conflict that needs to be resolved. But this time it creates an incredibly positive configuration, which is called a kite formation, because there is a trine from Uranus to Mars, trine from Pluto to Mars. And that's kind of, Uranus is wisdom, Pluto is willpower. So some kind of whatever we triggered into, which is Mars Saturn opposition, triggered or into action, activated in some way, provoked, we're able to resolve it by tapping into divine wisdom and the right source of willpower that is aligned to divine willpower. So this energy, this conflict or the stress between Saturn and Mars that's starting at the beginning of the month will be resolved in some way into productive action. And of course, we're going to have full moons, new moons, but nothing dramatic, nothing over the top. There is a full moon on the 9th of August, which is in Aquarius. It's around the same time where everything else, the Venus, Jupiter conjunction, Saturn, Mars opposition. And this will be like peak of activity. Full moons are peak of activities, seeing the results of previous actions, getting the rewards for it, for example. And this full moon is in Aquarius, which is social. It predisposes us to connect with like-minded people, emotionally to form friendships or to strengthen existing friendships already, or connections, business or personal connections as well. And on the 23rd, there is a new moon when the sun and the moon are together at the 0 degrees in Virgo, which kind of gets us prepared to get into work mode, to get into more serious down to earth, because till now was everything was in Leo, so it's more like enjoy yourself, holidays and so on. But this new moon from the 23rd of August in the 0 degree of Virgos kind of gets us down to earth, focused. Um, let's get down to practical things, solve them, and it's conjunct the star Regulus. So it's the star of leadership. So maybe some kind of new motivation will come into us to, let's say, to organize ourselves, to take leadership about our health, which is Virgo, or because Regulus is a star of incredible willpower. This is the heart of the lion. It's a star there, the heart of the king, which gives us incredible willpower, incredible motivation, and bravery and courage. And we can apply it to Virgo areas in our life for our health, for our routines, for our work, for our errands, to organize our life in some way for the practical matters of life. And now we're going to start with each of the 12 signs. But before that, I just want to let you know that I've created a 3.5 hour webinar on the ideal home and perfect environment according to your horoscope. You don't need to know any astrology. You just need to know your day of birth and time of birth. And I lead you step by step to see what is like. Are you going to live near mountains in certain periods of life, or near marshes, or near forests or big cities, small cities? What will the house be like? Is going to be a big house or more than one place of living, foreign residence or more local? Or how is it going to be even decorated? And what's going to be around your neighborhoods? For example, it might be close to stadiums. That's how you recognize if you're trying to choose two properties to rent, which is yours. If there is Mars influence, it will be close to a factory or close to a stadium or fitness. So if it's close to Venus, it might be close to a music hall. So I go through absolutely every sign. Each 12 signs have their ideal environment, and each planet has its own environment. And how to see, and you can have more than one environments. For example, you can have a few signs that influence your places of living and where you find yourself throughout your life. It's incredible. You can see even are you going to be in islands or more densely populated places with gardens and so on. It's incredibly fun. It's only $20. It becomes 30 after that. Very affordable if you'd like to order it. I'm putting a link below here. And now let's begin with the 12 signs. Libra Sun Moon Rising, August 2025. And I always advise you start with your rising sign if you know your time of birth, then carry on to your moon and sun signs to get the fuller picture. The three signs can give you more and more details. But Libra this month becomes quite energetic for you. Mars is entering Libra. Mars is the planet of action, of motivation, of being driven, of becoming more ambitious, or becoming more easily triggered as well. And Mars will stay there for a month and a half. The last time Mars was there was 2.5 years ago, approximately. So it's like a renewal of your energy, your drive, your get up and go energy, your mojo as well. Mars can make you a little bit more sexual because it activates that energy. Mars, you know what Mars is. But Mars is receiving six trine from Pluto, trine from Uranus. So your actions, you'll be motivated to act, but sometimes we act because we get frustrated. And yes, that can be us as well, because something frustrates us and we want to change it. Mars is the planet of changing something that is not working, fixing it, going after something, going after new territories, new ambitions. But sometimes we do it recklessly and harm ourselves. But this time, the planet Pluto, which is aligning, Pluto is divine willpower. So we'll align. You'll be aligning your personal willpower with divine power because it's a harmonious aspect. So your actions will be triggered not just by selfish, some reckless, oh, I'm gonna trigger the activity, but kind of there is the alignment of your actions with the actions of divine, of your higher self, if you want to say. And Uranus is making perfect trine to Mars as well, especially the first 15 days of the month to Mars. And that's divine wisdom. So your actions, those new beginnings that you start with Mars in your sign, those new initiatives, whether it's to start working out, whether it's to start a business, whether it's to start a new project, whether it's to motivate yourself to change something about your health, about your lifestyle, whatever it is, a new beginning of some sort. It's very much supported by wisdom and by correct willpower. So, there is like this, the planets are forming perfect grand trine between Mars in Libra, Pluto in Aquarius, Uranus in Gemini, the three air signs. This is the perfect shape of the Trinity. And when planets form a perfect shape, it's like divine grace flows into our life, even if we don't deserve it. It's like maybe being at the right time, at the right place, luck, call it divine grace, call it uh, divine intervention for some opportunities. And this is directly flowing into the air signs, and you're one of the air signs. And with your own actions, because Mars is part of this configuration, with your own initiatives and kind of new inclinations or inspirations or actions, you can basically tap into this energy of opportunity. And you'd feel like, because Uranus is like, you have the knowledge, so this is the right new opportunity to go to. Pluto is like, this is the right way to approach it and to act on it and to do it. But around the 7th, 8th, 9th, Mars in the early degrees of Libra is making an opposition to Saturn, so it can feel more frustrating for the early degrees Libra those few days. If you're like, I don't know, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 degrees Libra, Sun, Moon, or Rising, and that if it's your sun, that's the early September 23rd, 22nd, 23rd, 24th, 25th, 26th of September born Libras. They can be some provocation, some trigger, because it's a hard aspect from Saturn. It comes from the opposite sign, so from other people. So others can provoke you in some way or make some kind of critical remark on you, or you might feel like your desire to progress and move forward is thwarted in some way. It's being stopped or it's being challenged. You have to overcome some barrier, or maybe the some frustration that you feel because of activation from external forces makes you to start a change in your life. But the good thing is, because Mars is receiving beautiful trine from Uranus and Pluto, even if you get triggered, activated, even some stress on the health, on the physical body, you beautifully use this, let's say, crisis or this provocation or this stressful situation to turn it into, through the help of divine interference, as I said, through intuition, through knowledge, through the right circumstances, you can turn it into something very productive, or solve it quickly and find the solution quickly, or turn it into something very positive. There you go. And this is very active months for you. You see, there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 planets on angles. These are the angles of the horoscope. These are the houses of action. And you see, all of the planets pretty much are above the horizon for you, Libra. So very visible, active period for you. There is also full moon on the 9th in another air sign. In your fifth house, full moon is makes you kind of more center of attention when it's in another air sign. It's supportive, full moon in another air sign, for your sense of ego, for your sense of who you are. It can give you clarity on your path in life. It can just, full moon in the fifth house for some can be just having more fun, enjoying some hobby, putting more action or more energy or more attention and psychological focus on romantic matters, on entertainment, on fun, on things that you consider enjoyable, or on your children around that period as well. But as I said, around also, it's around the same time of the new moon, full moon. There is also the Saturn Mars opposition. So others, partner relationships, business partners, clients can trigger you in some way. And again, or you might have to do something that they trigger you for you to make some change or to get more active, to do something differently. And you use it beautifully to strengthen yourself, because the first, fifth, and ninth house, where the grand trines are happening, is about self empowerment, about pushing forward your dharma. The dharma is the perfect path for you that will bring you most joy, that's most aligned to who you are, about helping you discover your true strengths of character and who you are. And you see also that there is the whole month Venus and Jupiter in the other most important house in the horoscope. So I think Libra are feeling the most intensely the energies in August. Even though August is a pretty awesome and easygoing month, Libra gets affected the most, actually, I think for good, because Jupiter and Venus, the great benefic and the smaller benefic, the two planets, when they come together again, it's about some kind of grace from God. Again, just like the Grand Trine. But it's in their 10th house, in your 10th house. So if you want to approach any institutions, people of power, authority, or your father figure for some favor or for whatever, now is the time, because both of those planets are benevolent in the 10th house of bosses, seniors, people above you, or somehow. Maybe something good happens in the life of the father, in the relationship with it. Or the 10th house is also your own authority, and your own public image and reputation can be very favorable for how you're seen by the world. Um, can be very favorable for promotion, even. That can happen with ease, or for some project, career project, or if you're self-employed, some other project uh, that's visible to society that you start doing now and that flows. It's just easy, gentle energy. So good for career matters, sorry. And of course, we have Mercury retrograde till the 11th. So in the 11th house, in the 11th of August till the 11th, in the 11th house. So you might keep meeting people from the past, because it's a social house, till around the middle of the month. Maybe friends you haven't seen in a while, or maybe there might be some delays in meetings and appointments with others or in business as well, with some projects that have to be reworked. But after the 11th, Mercury turns direct, and even if there were some complications in relationships with others or some business project or some communication delays, they sort themselves out, and you can even see the results if you've been working extra hard on some long-term project. You can start seeing the results when Mercury turns direct. Um, and any kind of, out of the blue surprises, they decrease after that. Um, but yeah, I think there's a very active month for you, Libra, with everything on angles for you. You're active on your own. Others, relationships are active, triggering you. Your career and public image is active. So some decisions will be taken, but I think because there is a lot of help all the time, it happens with grace, let's say. And even if it feels a little bit stressful around the Saturn Mars opposition, I said there's so much help, and this help comes from your own so like divine guidance almost, or like a interference, someone helping in some way. All right, so there we go, and hope you enjoy it. And if you're interested to check out my webinar about the places of living, homes and environments, what area you're going to live in, are you going to be near sea, or are you going to be in foreign countries, or are you going to be having multiple homes, or are you going to live in cities or nature, or if your flat going to be like near tech hubs or near grocery stores, or if your house is going to be with a garden. You can see all of this from the horoscope, and you don't need to know any astrology. I explain it so easy for you. Each planet means something, each sign means something, and I want to tell you exactly what to look in your horoscope to figure it out. So thank you.